Kathryn Jessee, thank you so much for coming on to chat with us a little bit. So much of what you guys do is a lot of in-person activity. And obviously during all of this, that's really become a challenge. But you guys have a pretty impressive solution to that coming up this summer. Lots of summer fun for kids in our area. Tell us a little bit about what you have going on.
Well, Liz, you're right. It has been very challenging because what we do, and when I say we, I mean our partners, everyone from Parks and Rec, library, community programs, and all the folks in Chesapeake that are trying to serve our children and families. It's been difficult. What do we do? Because connection really does matter. But we've all been really working hard to have some good virtual programming that families can work on together at home. So we're excited about that.
So how are you pulling all of this together for Chesapeake residents? Like, let's jump into some of these resources that you have ready for everybody.
Okay, so what I would like to do is take you to our Chesapeake RU Ready website right now, and just show you what we have, some of the things that we have right now. So Liz, can you see that?
I can, yes.
Okay, great. So we've tried to compile a bunch of the different programs that we have throughout the city. And so I wanted to just highlight some of those. You can always call our office at 382-2226 to get more information, or we'll put up links later. But here's some of the information. The Chesapeake Public Libraries is doing a lot of their same programming on Facebook as well as their website. But they are definitely doing virtual summer reading where you can log in and track your prizes and badges just like they have in the past. It's actually on beanstack.org. If you go to www.chesapeake.beanstack.org, you can register to start tracking your reading points.
Fun.
And Parks and Rec, actually, in July, it's Parks and Recreation Month, which I'm sure you know, Liz.
Yeah.
And they are opening up mini camps. So they are starting to do some things in the evening, which we're excited about. But I don't know if you've had a chance to really look at the amount of virtual classes that Parks and Rec has been offering. We definitely were highlighting and trying to get that out to our childcare centers and to our families so they know the kind of resources that are there. So you can find some information here, obviously, on the City of Chesapeake's.net's website,
Hmm.
but also on the Parks and Rec website.
Great.
And we have some camp information here. Now, what's very interesting is the Virginia Cooperative Extension does a weekly 4-H camp every year, and they've decided to go totally virtual, which and do a camping from home for families. And so definitely check out, if you go, here's information, www.holidaylake4h.com. And really the whole family can get involved. My kids have always gone to the 4-H camp, and it was fun. You go away and actually not have parents around, probably. But now the families can do it together and do live and recorded activities, camp outside in their backyard. So it's a way to meet the needs and be creative. Let's see here.
And Kathryn, let me
Yeah,
interrupt real quick.
sure, please
Why
do.
is this so important? Where kids are used to being constantly active and full of things to do and things to learn, and then all of a sudden we kind of came to this screeching halt. Why are things like this so important, especially for the younger kids?
Well, really for the younger kids, I mean, connection matters. I mean, there's so much information out there that the social emotional learning and touching and learning through play is so important. And
Mm.
so taking that away has really concerned folks. I mean, and so we are trying to meet those needs in a new creative way and supportive. I mean, the reality is we are in a pandemic and we can't meet and see everybody the same way that we used to. But I feel like we have really stepped up to try to meet those needs in a creative way. And we're learning as we go too.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry. What else have you
Oh,
got?
no, I'm excited that you asked that. It
Yeah,
really is important for kids to connect, even if it's, through the computer at this time. So
yeah.
some of the other things, a lot of what I had shown was more for our younger kids, but our teens are really also isolated right now.
Yeah.
And there's some jobs out there, and they're looking for ways that they can get busy in a different way this summer.
Yeah.
The Hampton Roads Workforce Council has a lot of different programs, from resume writing online, and I did want to show that to you. They have resume writing for online to financial literacy for teens, and their programs really are from 14 to 24, all online. So you can look at, virtual using social media for job search. A lot of different types of programs here,
Wow.
and then they have um, all of July is financial literacy with Next Gen
Oh, that's great.
for teens. So almost every, at least twice a week, looking at what teens can do to be better prepared financially as they transition into adulthood. So we're really excited about that.
Well, that's something all of us adults could use too, huh? That's what a good idea.
Yes, there's a lot of people who could use that as well. So, um, and then just to touch base on a couple other things and we had talked about the camps
Hmm.
with Parks and Rec. A lot of our families are now starting to transition back to work, even if it's a different type of work. Maybe it's 2 or 3 days a week. And I wanted to make sure I shared that the number 1-800 kids TLC, and I know that it's on there right on the screen right now, but you can call that number as a family and say, I need I live in Greenbrier, what child care centers are open, is there spaces there, and they can guide you through that process as well.
That's huge because I know, as a mom of a young kid, the daycare issue was very stressful. And if you can't get your kid into daycare, you can't go back to work. So that's huge. And being able to call one number and get all that information, I'm sure is incredibly helpful.
Well, it is, and we've, regionally and also statewide, we've really worked to gather that information to try to have it be as up to date as possible for our
Yeah.
parents, because it is hard, and when we all have to work and our kids need to be safe. So there's a lot of information as well on childcareva.org about some of the safety precautions in childcare if families are concerned about that. So
Okay.
just so they can look at that. There's just information on masks and sanitation and all of that through licensing, I think is important to our families.
Great.
Mhm.
Great. So I don't want to finish us up too quickly, but you were talking before we started about a program that's going to be really helpful for parents. There's a lot of stress right now. There's a lot of worry and concern about how is this affecting my child. Tell me a little bit about how parents can work to make sure that their children are coping okay through all this.
I think, Liz, that's a great question, because parents feel pretty isolated now too. So obviously, the
Mm.
traditional ways of reaching out to your parent, to the grandparents, to your natural support systems is very important. But there's also, I have up on the screen some resources for parents. That there's some virtual trainings that are coming up, and I wanted to just highlight a couple of them actually. On not in NAMI, which is National Alliance for Mental Illness, will be having a parenting during the pandemic on July 23rd,
Wow.
which is a great resource. They did it last month, and a lot of people attended. And really, it gives an opportunity for parents to ask questions about, what's happening with their kids, or to look for additional resources. Another area, if parents are looking for some support type groups or virtual trainings, is CHKD has a wealth of information. And if you go to CHKD parenting classes and resources, you can find a whole list of workshops that are coming up. Everything about grieving, positive
Mm,
discipline. That has been something where parents have, before the pandemic, we had very set rules of, are we going to have kids watch TV for an hour a day, or video games maybe for a certain amount a week? And all that's kind of gone,
yeah.
not away, but it has changed. The expectations are changed. So just understanding and
Yeah.
being really kind to yourself as a parent, because we haven't been trained on this either. So
Right. Right. It's
there
hard.
was
It's all
yes,
hard. So
it's
that's why, Kathryn, we're so thankful to you and your entire team for compiling all of this. And we know you guys continue to be hard at work through all of this. I mean, you have been very involved all along the way through all of the COVID-19 response from the city. And we certainly appreciate all the work that you've done there.
Well, thank you so much, Liz. And please, again, people can give our office a call. And really, I think Chesapeake's special because we all work together.
Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
to meet the needs. So thank you.
Kathryn Jessee, thank you so much. Take care. Stay healthy.
All right. Bye.